Good evening, welcome to tonight's Leicester Fan TV show. It's the Fan Zone every Monday night, 7:30 with me, Phil. If you're watching this live, get your views in, get your comments in. I want to get as many in there. It's me and you talking tonight, so I need your comments. I want to know what you want to talk about. Obviously, Leicester City entertain Manchester City. Premier League champions against FA Cup winners. We played them at Wembley in the Community Shield. We beat them then. Can we beat them again on Sunday? That's the big question. In fact, it's even Saturday. Sunday, you'd think it'd be a Sunday match. It's a Saturday match. Get your views in, get your comments in. Welcome to tonight's Fan Zone show.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the Fan Zone show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, and Hope Against Cancer. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Like I say, my name's Phil. What's your name? Get in your views, get your comments in. I want to know everything that you think about Leicester City. Loads and loads to talk about, lots to look forward to. Obviously, Premier League is back on Saturday. Joe says, good evening. Good evening, Joe. How are you? What do you reckon to this week's game? Who's going to feature for Leicester? A bit of breaking news for you, Joe, and everybody else who's watching. We can go abroad. We can go to watch the Europa League. How chuffed are you about that? Now, listen, we should be stopping this and booking flights now, but it's only just broken that news. We can go out to the Europa matches, so that'll be great. Jay is saying, well, Ben Tompkins, good evening. Loads of you saying good evening. Don't forget, if you're watching on the Facebook group, you need to click a link to allow StreamYard to allow you in. Jay, come on. Jay saying, I doubt we're beating City. Jay, we beat them in the Community Shield. We beat them 5-2 at their place last year. I think we can do it again. Good evening, Amanda. I'm very good. How are you? Thanks for your comments. Please keep getting them in and let me know. Wayne, hope you're well. What do you reckon, Wayne? Can we beat Man City on Saturday or not? Sean says, evening, I worry about the back lineup with the injuries. We have a full strength. I'd fancy us. Hope I'm wrong. Sean, that's a great topic. What do you want to do? Let's react to what Sean is asking us there. Is there a chance Johnny Evans could be back? There was rumours that after the international break, Johnny Evans would be back. I think we'd like to see him back. I thought Marty and Cags have done okay, but they look like they lack a bit of leadership quality. Sean, so I want you all to react, give your comments to Sean. Do you think he's got a point that we are a little bit light at the back there? Watch the price of flights, rockets. Yes, Patrick, you're right. It's all going to suddenly go, isn't it? Matty's, good evening, Matty. Are you going to the King Power on Saturday? If you are, I'll see you outside the Blues Bar, Matty. We'll see anybody who wants to come and say hello to us outside the Blues Bar at about 2 o'clock. Matty says, to answer your question, I hope so. And good evening. Yes, good evening, Matt. Judy, good evening as well. We're still getting through some good evenings. Jack, I'm not putting that comment on screen, but we'll talk about his show tomorrow. Jono saying it's a must go to Moscow in the Europa League. Jono, I'll tell you what, it's not going to be an easy one, is it? Getting out to Moscow, saying that. The Ginger Postie, that's Jason, says, good evening. Very tough as, can't see it, to be fair, talking about Man City. Joe says, are we going to do a Europa League away day? I am now. We just need to get onto the flights and work it all out. I can't even believe, by the way, I was completely took for back for 6 earlier. I was just looking around and thinking about what we've got on over the next couple of weeks here on Leicester Fan TV, which is blooming loads. Trust me, loads, with a brand new show tomorrow night. Jack is hosting all about women's football just on Tuesdays. We obviously 90% we concentrate on the men's football. That's what it's all about. But we are now doing a regular weekly show on Tuesdays. But anyway, I suddenly realised we're playing Napoli a week on Thursday. Napoli in the Europa League. I'm right, aren't I? That is a week on Thursday. I'm like, where the heck has that come from? Absolutely can't believe it. That is the game I'm so excited about. Out of the 3 home games in that is the one that I am looking forward to. Mateus is saying, next 6 games, I'm saying loss, draw, win, win, win. So loss against Man City. Well, is this just Premier League or are you including the Europa League in that? I guess we don't know. Ryan says, Fofana's walkie again. he ain't playing again, not till at least the new year. Paris is saying Fofana seems to be recovering well. Yeah, not playing till 2022 at the earliest. I hope we win Man City 2-1, hopefully, to Leicester. Thank you for that, Paris. Good to have you on board. The councillor, good to have the women's game getting minor coverage. Well, listen, we'll do more and more of it if you want us to talk about it more. That's the honest. I'm a bit open to know how much fans want to see about the women's football. It's obviously getting quite a lot of publicity. Jack's a big fan of it. He's going to be doing the show every Tuesday. Over to you guys. If you want more Leicester Fan TV to cover more of the women's game, we'll do it. Interested to know your views on that. The councillor put a comment up here as well. Where is it? Let's find it. He was saying that he is going to the King Power. I see, by the way, for the Napoli game, I believe there's about 10,000 tickets left for sale. That's what somebody's told me. I haven't checked the website, but 10,000 spare tickets for Napoli at home. What are people waiting for? People are always saying they can't get a ticket at the King Power. There's 10,000 on general sale. We want to know what you think about that as well. So keep getting your views in on that. Will says, thanks, Will, for watching. Get your comments in. He says, hopefully we'll win on Saturday. Will be a close game. There's going to be a few injuries, isn't there, Will, for Leicester? Obviously, quite a backlog coming out there. Castagna just coming back. Are you looking forward to seeing a bit more of Castagna? David says, I believe we're going to be all right, so bring it on. Thanks, David, for that. Be interested to know what you think on that. Yes, thank you, Andy, for that comment. Of course, we want to have Leicester women's coverage, says Fee. Well, we're doing it every Tuesday, 7:30 with Jack. In fact, let's get that on screen now so you can see what we have got on this week, because it is a busy one while I've got your attention. We're obviously live tonight. We've got women's, the weekly show every Tuesday at 7:30. We've got the away fan show on Wednesday. Thursday is the Premier League prediction show with Tom. Friday, Reedy is live at 7:30. We're doing a watch along from 2 o'clock on Saturday with Elijah hosting all the way from the States. And Sunday, as ever, Jamie from the Fox's Arms is going live. Now, listen, I'm trying to get as many of your comments on screen as possible as I can. So please keep getting those comments in. While you're watching this, if you can do me a favor, can you like this video? Can you share this video? If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitter or Periscope, give us a retweet. And if you're on YouTube, which I know quite a lot of you are on YouTube tonight, if you can make sure you've subscribed to Leicester Fan TV, that would be absolutely brilliant. Ed wants to talk about Lookman. He says, can Lookman play right wing? I believe he's a bit more of a left winger, Ed. But that brings us on to Lookman, and I want to know your views on this. Do you think he will play on Saturday? Do you think he could even start on Saturday? Perez is obviously still out on his red card suspension. So could Lookman make a start for us against Man City? Personally, I don't think he will make a start. He should be on the bench. If he's on the bench, I want to see him. I want to see 20 minutes of him at least at the end. That's just my thinking. I always think it's a big ask for somebody to drop straight into the team. But listen, if we're going to buy these players, we need to play these players. We loaned in Under. For me, we really didn't see enough of Under. We've had Dennis Pratt. Still annoyed he's gone, but he's gone. We have to move on in there. Ross saying he's definitely in contention for a look-in. Ross, that's a bad joke. Ross, that's nearly as bad as the video I saw of you on Facebook singing and dancing in Mablethorpe. Listen, mate, you are lucky that I haven't published that on Leicester Fan TV. Maybe I should. If anybody wants to see the video of Ross dancing on stage singing, I think, what was it? You're the one that I want, or Grease Lightning. Anyway, we are losing the trot here. Jono says, I reckon Lookman could play with Perez out, Defo on the bench, probably Albrighton starts. Jono, when does Mark Albrighton ever let you down? He doesn't, does he? Norwich comes on, plays in that position, very solid, scores a goal, 7 or 8 out of 10, week in, week out. Can't seem to break. Mark Albrighton just can't seem to break into a regular starting position for Leicester under Brendan Rodgers. It just doesn't seem to happen. Paul is talking about Daka, wants to see Daka. Do you agree with Paul? Get your views in, get your comments in. Do you agree with Paul? Want to see Daka? We're only 3 games in, but already I've seen some people putting comments like, is Daka going to be the next person to sit on the bench and not get a thing? I don't think so. Patrick saying Lookman on the bench, Nacho to replace Perez. He won't, Patrick. Nacho, I don't think will start. But if anybody's done enough to earn a start, it is surely Nacho since Christmas. Wayne, thank you for agreeing with me. You don't have to. You can disagree with me. Honestly, totally disagree with me if you want to. I do speak a lot of nonsense. David says, Lookman, if fit, should make an appearance, but Dak has to start. Again, going back on what Paul was saying there. Paul was saying, wasn't he, want to see Daka? David's saying the same, saying he wants to see Daka. Do you agree? Do you want Daka to start? I mean, Jamie Vardy scored 2 goals in 3 games, which is a very, very decent start for him. It's going to be very hard to push Jamie Vardy out of the team. And I'd like to think, I mean, probably why we signed somebody like Daka, to be fair, because if you were signing anybody who wanted to start as a Premier League striker, coming to Leicester, they probably know they're not going to get in that much. Reality, we've got Jamie Vardy, and then you've got Iheanacho, who scored a lot of goals in there. Will saying Vardy to score the winner for his 150th goal. Great stat there, Will. Thank you for that. That would be absolutely interesting. Joe saying how many points out of Man City, Napoli, and Brighton? Well, obviously that's 2 different competitions, so it's an interesting one. I would say out Man City and the Brighton, the 2 Premier League games there, Joe, if you're honest, you would take 4 points out of those 2. I would, because one's at home, one's away. I would take 4 points out of 2 games anyway. And a point at home against Man City would be decent. 3 away at Brighton would be all right as well. You never know. Knowing Leicester will beat Man City and lose away at Brighton. Who knows with us? Ian's coming back to Mark Albrighton. The best form of run last season was when Albrighton was playing on the right wing. I'm a big fan, Ian. You know I am. Jono's saying Nacho. Look, it took us nearly 15 minutes to even mention Madders. We can't really talk about Perez because he's not even in the team. Come on, what's your take on Madders? What is your take on Madders? Since his injury last season, has he looked a bit mardy? I can't say it much better than that. Is he still coming back to fitness? He doesn't seem to have, as Michael Birkside would say, Leicester foul-flung fox from the States in Seattle. Michael would always say he's got no swagger, or he's got swagger. I think Maddison looks like he's lost his swagger a bit. I don't know. What do you think about it? Patrick saying Daka will start against Millwall. That's in the Carabao Cup, obviously. I think that's... crikey, I'm losing track of dates. That's not far away, is it? Daka, this is Lawrence says, Daka and Iheanacho against Napoli will be a great watch, hopefully. You're probably right. Daka will probably play against Napoli, which would be an interesting one. Wayne says, not this occasion, mate. If we buy players, they need to play or no point buying. Well, talking of players, Wayne, that we bought, and where are they? Benkovic has been added into the Europa League squad. We're allowed to put 25 players in to the Europa League squad. We've only put 24 in. There's a bit of like rules and this and that. We haven't got an extra 4th homegrown talent who's over a certain age and got a left boot the size of size 7. I don't know. There's these strange rules, but we've only put 24 in. But one of those, oh, by the way, 3 not in that is definitely Fafana, James Justin, and memory's gone. Somebody else. 3 are definitely not in it. Trying to remember, can't remember the 3rd. Put it in the comments if you know who's not made the squad. Because they're not back, you can add players in if we get through to the next round. But definitely in the 24-man Europa squad is Benkovic. But how bad must Benkovic be if we didn't have him on the bench when we're short of defenders? He didn't make the bench against Norwich. We had two reserve keepers. We had Jakubovic and Danny Ward on the bench. Benkovic must be there going, I can't even get on the bench. We're short of defenders. Honestly, he must have almost 0 confidence left. He went on loan to Cardiff and OH Levens, played like about 1 game between them. What is it? What is it? Ian says here, saying Rodgers doesn't know how to fit in Nacho into any of his preferred formations other than 3 at the back. Interesting comment there. Andy saying Madders has lost interest just like Mahrez has. Do you think that's what it is? Because Andy, I honestly think this. I think if the deal had happened or could have happened for him to go to Arsenal, he'd have gone. I think Madders would fit would like to fit into that Arsenal big time Charlie type of stuff. Reedy, don't forget Reedy's live every Friday, 7:30 with the pre-match show. He says we can do Man City. Hope we see Lookman, and mainly for me, Madders dropped, not looked interested. That's what. Bit Mardy, lost the swagger. What is it? Right, let's get loads of comments on screen. Listen, while I put these comments up, please like, please share, please subscribe. Do that for me, please. That would be great. Jason, the Ginger Postie, says Daka needs to be given games. He's chomping at the bit to get going, no doubt. I bet he is. Patrick, thank you. The third player not in the Europa League squad is Mendy. There's still talk, by the way, that he might go out on loan because we couldn't loan out Hamza Chowdhury. Mendy may well go out on loan. There's room of maybe Russian or Turkish teams. The council is saying Mendy, JJ, Little Wes not in the Europa squad. Thank you, guys. You see, you lot should do this show. You're better at it than me, honestly. Here's a big one from Paris. I'm going to have to peer over it and read it. Madders, I think, isn't doing well right now, she says. He seems to have lost confidence, so maybe it is a confidence thing. I think maybe he should be served. I think Brendan should be starting Sumeri and Daka. And still utterly about Dennis. Yeah, don't get me going on Dennis. Paris. So much potential and never had a bad game for us. I agree. Honestly, you guys, I'm going to be in the middle here on Perez, bang in the middle, because I am on the fence with him. He can be okay. He can be not that good. Madders can be fantastic, can be lazy, out of form, whatever you want to call it. Dennis Pratt, Mark or Brighton sit just that side of the fence for me. They're always a 7, maybe an 8, never a 6 out of 10. Don't know what Dennis Pratt did. You got me started, Paris. I blame you for that. Happy to see Kieran Dewsbury Hall in the Europa League squad. A PS, happy birthday. It is his birthday today. Yes, KDH. Joe's asking, am I going to Millwall away? Do you know what, Joe? I'm not. And that's partly, Joe, on principle. I went away to Millwall once and it was an horrific experience, mate, from start to finish. Literally chased around the streets, chased around the station. I swore that day I ain't going back to Millwall. Trust me. And it was a long time ago because it was the old Den. Most frightening day of my life as a football fan, Millwall away, Joe. So, no, I'm not going back to Millwall away. I don't care what you say. Maybe I am. Wayne says, told you from performance weekend, Lingard should have come to Leicester. Wayne, I was with you on transfer deadline day this time last week. I thought he should. I thought we should have gone for Lingard. You know what you get. Premier League quality, yes, tick. You know, it's Lookman Premier League quality. You can't answer that. Whatever you want to say, you can't answer whether you think he is going to make it for us. Ditto with Daka, ditto with Samare. You don't know. None of you guys can put your hand on your heart. You won't put your... If you did a scratch card tonight and won £1,000, and I said, right, put it on Daka, Sumare or Lookman to be like the player who goes on to become fantastic, like maybe, you know, that we could sell for 40 or 50. You wouldn't know. You just wouldn't, because you haven't seen enough of Daka. Lookman, we saw a bit of him at Fulham, and Sumari, we haven't seen. Lingard, I'd have put £1,000 on him that he would have done well for Leicester. I would have done, honestly. That's just my take on it. Anyway, Patrick, yes, Fofana's injury scuppered our transfer plans. It probably did. We had to spend 15 million on Vestergaard, and it's that's obviously gone a bit tits up. I think I can say that. Taylor Bennett says Dennis just didn't fit the system. People need to realise that. Taylor, you're probably right. You're probably right. He didn't fit Plan A, but it'd be nice if he, you know, we could have a Plan B maybe, Taylor, which is our Achilles heel. That often we don't have a Plan B, and players like Mark Albright and Dennis Pratt can play Plan B, and Plan B, trust me, can work. It really can. Callum saying, personally, this is Callum's views, saying I think we should have tried to sell Madders. Not interested in Leicester anymore. It could, Callum, you could be right, mate. There's something, isn't it? I call it Mardy, swagger, disinterested. Is he still recovering? Don't know. Jack saying, look, man, there's no need to be down. I said, look, man, Adimalo's in town. I said, look, man, I was meant to sing that, wasn't I, Jack? I've only just realised what you've done with that. Honestly, you can sing that. Jack's live every other night this week. Tomorrow night, women's football show, 7:30. Jack's live, away fan shows on Wednesday. Jack needs to sing those songs. Let's keep getting those comments in there. The councillor says, used to live in Surrey Quays, Millwall. It's a nightmare. I remember I drove to Millwall. This was a different time. Again, this is like 25, 30 years ago. It was a different Millwall game. I drove there, and it was the first time where the petrol station I went in and got barriers to go in and barriers to go out. You had to pay for your petrol before you filled up. It was on the Isle of Dogs all around Millwall. I was like, what? I'm just a country boy from Leicester. Honestly, I'm not used to big tough cities like Millwall. Just seen the rumour of Tarkowski. Burnley is a possibility signing to come. So Mendy will be. I really can't. I'm not sure how we would get that, Paris. I think all the transfer day is done, apart from maybe a little sneaky loaning from somebody from certain areas of Europe. But again, Ivan saying we've inherited Saint's sick room. Crazy move. Ivan talking about obviously Bertrand, who's had COVID, and hope he's getting well. Don't know if he'll be back this week. And obviously Vestergaard's done his knee. Knee is not a nice injury, Ivan, to have. It can take more than a little while and can be niggly. Keep getting your comments in. Keep getting your views in. Do me that favour. Please, please do me that favour. If you can like and share our content on Leicester Fan TV, be absolutely brilliant. If you're on Facebook, hit the share button now. It takes seconds. If you're on subscribe on YouTube, that'd be brilliant. Keep getting those views and keep getting those comments in. What I want to know just before, well, we've got about another 10 minutes left to go. We've got 2 competitions that we do for every match day. So you can get your comments in here, and if you get your comments in here, you can enter. The first one is with our big pals at Peter's Pizzas. We want to know the first goal scorer and the correct final score to win. We've been doing this competition for absolutely ages. It's so easy. Pick who you think is going to score the first goal, i.e., I'll go for Jamie Vardy. I'm going to say Leicester are going to win 2-1. It's as simple as that. Put it in the comments, and you can win that one. And we've got a second competition, thanks to our pals at Pukka Pies. We want to know what minute will, and I've got the graphic wrong there, what minute will the first goal scorer be scored? Does that make any sense? What minute will the first goal be scored? And you can win yourself 20 quid's worth of fish and chips or Pukka Pies, whatever you want. Get your comments in. Let us know just before we go. Papatuned2121. Haven't said your YouTube name right. Thanks for watching. Saying we need a Vardy party. That would be very nice, wouldn't it? Rob is saying when Leeds signed James, I was adamant that we would sign Rafinha. I thought, well, James would have been a decent signing as well. 50 league games for Manchester United, can clearly play in the Premier League. 25 million. I would have liked to have seen Leicester sign Premier League experience. Vestergaard, I think, is okay. Bertrand, I think, is okay. Premier League experience. Really saying just need a good performance at the weekend and don't get destroyed. Are you worried, really, that could happen against Man City? I was a bit surprised in the Community Shield that Man City, they weren't all that. I don't know if, it was a good one. But what do you reckon? Will saying here, Rodgers once didn't have Giggs in his all-time Premier League 11 due to him not fitting the system. How can you not have Ryan Giggs in there? Because he doesn't fit your system. How can you be bothered about a system in a fantasy 11? I really would. Ivan says, would have been Lingard and Sané. Forget Sumare, Daka, Bertrand. Just like Rodgers has, it seems. Interesting. Hey, it's only 3 games in, Ivan. You can't be that defeatist. Paris saying, I love him, but I don't think we'll keep him gutted. You on about Madders there, Paris? Let me know who you're off talking about there. Who said it? Who said we're going to get destroyed? It was Reedy, Jack. It was Reedy, who is live on Friday night. He thinks we're going to get destroyed. Ross says here, did you like me and my dad singing some Dewsbury Hall last night? Yes, Ross, I do like a bit of the Dewsbury Hall song. He just needs to start to live. All the fans are backing Dewsbury Hall. I don't know if you've noticed that, but he's only played a few glimpsing appearances and people are singing his song. Leicester fans really want him to be a success, and hopefully he lives up to that. Yes, Joanna, thank you. I'm going for a Leicester win as always. Do you know what, Joanna? I think nobody else has had a score prediction yet. So who is going to get some score predictions in before we go? I need to know who's going to score the first goal for Leicester City. Well, not Leicester City. You can predict Manchester City if you want. Who's going to score the first goal? And what is the correct final score? And then we've got a couple of pizzas to give away. And then the other one with Pukka Pies, which is what minute will the first goal be scored? That's what we want to know. So get those predictions in just before we go, and you could be entered in and win some of that. I think, by the way, for the Napoli game, anybody who's interested to come and meet the Leicester Fan TV guys, come and have a pizza with us. We are, because it's Italian. Do you get the connection? Italian side. We are going to go down Peters at about 5:30, 6 o'clock on the Europa League match day before, and then obviously we'll go down and watch the game. But if you fancy joining us, that would be great. Joe's going for 1-1. Patrick's going for 1-3 Man City. Who do you think is going to score first? So please. Simon saying 2-1. Patrick saying the first goal will be in the 10th minute. Crispy is saying Kieran Dewsbury Hall ain't got enough experience to start bench Madison and start Daka in Nacho. How does Kieran Dewsbury Hall get experience, though, Crispy, if he doesn't get to play? And again, the same with Daka, Sumari, all these players. If we buy these players, if they don't get any game time, I think they will, because we've got Europa League coming up, we've got Carabao Cup coming up, so plenty of game time for those. Will Robinson saying 2-1 to Leicester, first goal Mahrez. You just, to be fair, at the Community Shield, it was Mahrez all the way you thought was going to score. But we'll come back with a Vardy brace and Rodri will get sent off. Well, Will, go and put a couple of pounds on that and you might just do it. Joanna's saying Leicester 3-2. Joanna, come on. You've been watching this long enough, Joanna. You know you need to give me a first goal scorer as well. Get those in there. Fee, thank you. 2-0 Leicester on Saturday. Carey, fifth goal scorer. Okay. I'm not sure on that one. Andy says he's going for Desmond, which for those of you who don't know, I'm sure you all know that's a 2-2. First goal is by Mahrez. Thank you for that. Reedy saying 4-2 to Leicester and Ferran to score first. Okay, interesting. Fee saying with Vardy. Thank you. She's clearing that up. Concerned Rogers got too many favourites and has he got the bottle to drop the lights of Madison, who is out of form? Danzy F1. How many people are on that same wavelength as Danzy? How many else worry that there seems to be players get into the starting side because they fit a shape and they're favourites? You could be on something there. I think you could be on something there. Paris Thanks says, I think we should take a chance on Kieran Dewsbury Hall like we did on Thomas, and he's been brilliant. He's shining right now, got a lot of potential, and 2-1 Vardy. Leicester. Thanks, Paris. A lot in there. Thank you for that. Again, Luke Thomas, we don't talk about him much, but what a season, again, he is already having. Luke Thomas, possibly man of the match in the Community Shield. Great end to last season. James Justin getting injured has really and obviously Ricardo Pereira. Luke Thomas may not have had this shot at all and already is looking like a formidable fullback. What are your comments on him? Crispy saying he would start Albrighton possibly. Maybe he would. But Lookman, let's have a look at Lookman would be partly what I want to see, much as a Michael Brighton's fan. Lawrence says 1-0 to Leicester with Madueke. Probably saying it wrong. Getting in there. Ross is saying 2-1 Leicester. Vardy to score first. Barnes then for them. Poundland Beckham to score a lucky goal. Really saying you forgot about Grealish, my most hated player, Tom Daly-esque. Yes, you're going to see £100 million worth of talent for Manchester City in there. Dancy's saying, thank you. This show's great and I'm really enjoying the content. Would love the opportunity to join you live one day. I'm sure. Absolutely. We're always welcome. If anybody ever wants to come on any of the shows as a guest, as a fan, we are always looking for. Listen, it's Leicester Fan TV. The clue is absolutely in the name of what we do. We're fans. I'm a fan. Reedy's a fan. Tom's a fan. Jack's a fan. Jamie's a fan. Oh, if I've missed anybody out, Ross, everybody, Jake, Sam, everybody who works on Leicester Fan TV, we're all fans. Honestly, we do it because we love it. So if you're a fan and you fancy doing some of this, all you have to do is talk rubbish like me. It ain't hard. And then we can get your views and we can get your comments on. So yeah, by all means, join us. Last couple of comments before we wrap this up tonight. Fox's G fan says, I hope we We beat them 5-2 again. It was a strange result last season, that 5-2. It was great. And to be fair, they were all over us that first 20, 30 minutes. God knows how we done that. Paris says Tielemans will always be everyone's secret favourite. What a geezer. He absolutely is. Top notch. Joe, I don't know if De Bruyne's back. I don't know if Bertrand's back. He should be. He's had COVID, but he wasn't back for the Norwich game when technically, if he was well enough, he would have done. Ross, you do. I agree with you on that. Is that possible to talk more rubbish than Boris? I don't know. Sandik says Daka may be influential. Man City tend to struggle against pacey forwards. I think Iheanacho wants to play against Man City. I think Iheanacho loved it in the Community Shield when he scored that that winner, that late winner at Wembley. Absolutely brilliant in there. Now listen, thank you so much for all your comments and it's been great having a chat with you tonight. Thanks so much for your comments. Please, please, please keep those comments coming in. But before you all go and before I let you all go, this is me. Well, firstly saying thanks to all the guys here who help us. ADT, Hollogram, Tiger, Peter's Pizzas, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders. Leicester Riders start soon. We've got free tickets for that. Jamie's Fox's Arms out in our Kudia. Newbie & Co, estate agents in Leicester, and Hope Against Cancer, who we support. Please, please, I've said it several times, and I know loads of you have done it. Give us a like, give us a share. Subscribe to us on Leicester Fan TV. Last couple of comments, and then we're off. Wayne, hush, thank you. Very kind. Elizabeth, Kieran Dewsbury and Foden out on injury, so I hope it will be a good... Oh, Kevin De Bruyne, KDH, KDB. I'm getting there. Sorry, Paris. Don't forget the COVID spot checks on Saturday. You're right, Patrick. The club are saying it. Mind you, they said that at Wembley, not even spot checks. The Community Shield, it was where everybody, and they didn't check any of us, but listen, they've not said they're going to stop you going in, but it is you've got to get ready. The end of this month or even next month, there is going to be checks, we think, coming in. So just get sorted, get your jabs, get your paperwork, whatever's. Anyway, Leicester, Man City, this week. Let me just talk you through what is going on this week because it is busy on Leicester Fan TV. Before we go, tomorrow night, brand new show with Jack, Women's Super League weekly show. That is Jack, 7:30 on Wednesday. It's the away fan show. We'll be previewing Man City coming to Leicester with a Man City fan. Thursday is the Premier League prediction show hosted by Tom, looking at all the fixtures for the weekend and how they affect Leicester City. Pre-match with Reedy on Friday. All the latest not transfer news, obviously, fitnesses and that. Obviously, then on match day, we are live. Elijah is live at 2 o'clock. We'll be live from the King Power Stadium. He's hosting it for all the way from over in the States. And Jamie, 9:30, Fox's Arms. You know it. You love it. Come and watch every single show with us. Couldn't do it without all you guys. Honestly, appreciate every single one of your comments and every single one of your likes, shares. It's been lovely chatting to you. I'll see you at the match on I keep saying Sunday. It's Saturday. Come on, Phil. Whew. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, and Hope Against Cancer. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.